Towards the end of April, I was actually prepping to apply for my second year course, so that I don't want to take any risk. I'm already 37 years old. Let me not risk it, and those kind of things. I mean things were going in my mind. So you might be asking, what are these SINP jobs? What are you talking about? So I'm again telling you, this is mainly for people who are in Canada, especially for students. Finally, I got my job approval letter in the month of July, okay, which is a big thing. Okay, let me come to Saskatchewan and get the PR within 6 months. That's not going to happen, okay, like brush it off. Hello everyone, welcome to malzvlogs. So as you can see, I am at a park nearby. This is one of my favorite spots. Those who watch my video on a regular basis know that I love this place. It's very close to the Regina Museum, that's the Royal Saskatchewan Museum, as well as the Wascana Lake is on towards that side. The reason why I am at this place today is because summer is over. I've started wearing jackets, and autumn has started. You can see it's like yellow and red and orange and all those colors behind me. So I wanted to show you that also. And guys, only 3 or 4 more weeks more, and then we are into winter. I think by October 20 something, it will start snowing, and then you'll see me in like heavy jackets, and I don't think I can sit outside and take a video. So I'm going to utilize as much as possible. I'm going to come out and then take videos. And today we're going to discuss about a very, very, very important and interesting topic for many of you, especially students who have come to Saskatchewan and who are planning to apply for PR. Let's see. So to all those people who are tuned in right now to watch this particular video, you would have seen the thumbnail, or you would have seen the title of the video, and there's a reason why you have tuned in. Yes, it's a very important video, mainly for students who are studying in Saskatchewan or who are in any part of Canada and are planning to apply for SINP. Okay, so most of you know what SINP is. It's a Saskatchewan Immigration Nominee Program, which is specific to Saskatchewan province, and compared to other PNP options, that is provincial nominee programs, this is one of the simplest to get through. So there are a lot of people from other provinces who are coming from India and several other places, and they're trying to actually get this particular PNP option because it is considerably faster and also easier to get. So today we are going to talk about that. So I am personally going to talk about my SINP journey. So I am at a stage where I've gone through several stages of this SINP process, and I think I am ready to tell you guys what is going to be the journey. So I never found relevant videos as of what is the exact process of a person who's actually got SINP, who came to Saskatchewan as a student and then got SINP. Like, I've heard it through my friends, but never in a video. So if you guys have already found a video like that, well and good for you, but this is for you guys who have not found that video and has been looking out for relevant content. So it is going to be a long video because I want to put as much as content possible for you guys. So starting with my journey, how I came here and all those things, I have to explain all these things because it is important. Okay, so I came here in 2020 as a student. I started my PR process initially as express entry. I couldn't get through, and finally I decided, okay, let me come to Saskatchewan because I heard that I can study and then I can actually get a 3-year work permit. In case I do 2 years of studies, I get 3-year work permit, and if I do a 1 year of study, I get 1 year of work permit. So initially my plan was, okay, let me do a 2-year course, or 1+1. I take 1 year course and then again I take 1 more year course. I come here and I get like 3 years of work permit. So that is more than sufficient for me to actually qualify for express entry or any kind of PR process, right? So that was my initial plan. So I joined college. We almost got done with the course. So I was in a September intake. Yeah, so I got interrupted mainly because my camera was running out of storage. It just showed that I can't record anymore. So I was just sitting and trying to delete. I have 256 more than 256 GB capacity on my phone, but since I keep recording videos, I'm not able to manage it. So I need to figure out a way. Even though I have like Google storage and all those kind of things, but it's not working. So let's just see, I'm trying to finish as much as possible. So I after coming here, I opted for a 1-year course which was in supply chain management. So I was in September 2020 intake, and then I always get it out, it's 2021 intake, and then by April my course was over. So towards the end of April, I was actually prepping to apply for my 2nd year course, so that I don't want to take any risk. I'm already 37 years old, let me not risk it, and those kind of things. I mean things were going in my mind. So I decided, okay, I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to take a 2nd year course, and I'm going to get a 3-year work permit. Things are going to be much more safer that way. So a lot of my friends, like I think 70% of the class, apply for the 2nd year course, but at the end of it, like maybe by the end of the course or after we finished our exams, hardly 3 or 4 people continued with the 2nd year course, because most of us got an idea, okay, if we get an SINP job, we really don't need to take a 2nd year course. Okay, so now I'm going to tell how that works. So as soon as I finished my classes, like by the mid of April or something, I think my classes were getting over. So one of my friend, she referred me for a job, and I went and attended and I cracked it. So that was in supply chain itself. And many of my friends got in different field. Some were working in restaurants, some were working in like construction industry, or some were working in Tim Hortons and those kind of things. So they all got into SINP jobs. So you might be asking, what are these SINP jobs? What are you talking about? So I'm again telling you, this is mainly for people who are in Canada, especially for students. I'm talking about my scenario. I'm not talking about any other criteria. I will talk about other SINP streams and other kind of application processes that you can do in my upcoming video, but this is specifically for students and people who are in Canada. Okay, so as soon as I got the job, I started asking my employer, how does it work, this and all. I was also inquiring with other friends, like, have you heard of anybody who got their SINP, what if my work permit expires, and those kind of things. So my employer was very, very kind enough to explain things to me. So I am with an employer who will actually support my SINP process. So those people who are asking me questions, okay, should I take a 2-year course? Do you think I will get PR? And those kind of things. This is my scenario, and I think this works for most of them. But if you can't risk it, then don't. Okay, I am around 37 years old, and I really didn't want to risk it. But still I went for this option because I had some kind of hope and guarantee that, okay, I am going to get my PR through this process. So instead of wasting money for the 2-year course and all these things, you can actually do this. Also our batch, the 2021 batch, got a 18 months extension of their work permit. So we were kind of lucky to get that extension and all those things, even though if you don't get the extension, right? If you just took 1-year course and you just have 1-year work permit, you found an SINP employer, you can always extend your work permit as a closed work permit with your employer. Okay, so this is an option. So when I told my employer, I just have 1-year work permit, do you think I'll get a PR before that? He told me, even if you don't get it, you can actually extend your work permit under our company. Okay, so this is a doubt many of you had. So this is how it works. So if you ask me about which stream, how does it work and those kind of things, so I studied in Saskatchewan. This is also for students who studied in other provinces and who have come to Saskatchewan to work. Okay, so mainly this is called as a student stream, okay, or skilled worker stream, mainly student stream if you ask me. Okay, so how it happens is, those students who have studied in Saskatchewan can actually apply under this stream in case your job is relevant to your studies. Okay, I think it is also for people. I know some of my friends who are working as supervisors in Tim Hortons, not even they have applied under student stream. Basically, you should have studied in Saskatchewan. I think it is also possible if you studied in some other province, but you're currently working in Saskatchewan. Okay, but you might when they ask you like, did you study in Saskatchewan and all, that might not apply to you. So how the process works is, in my case, I joined the employer maybe by June, okay, of 2022, soon after my course. And so the employer will take around 6 months, to apply for your job approval letter. Okay, so that's the first process. First you join the company, then you get a job approval letter. So that is a very, very important step. You can only process your application for SINP under this particular stream if you get a job approval letter. So whenever you go for a job, you can always ask the employer during the interview, will you support me for SINP, or will you provide me job approval letter? So if they're saying yes, good. But again, there are a lot of frauds, there are a lot of issues that are happening in Saskatchewan, wherein people are committing that they will give the job approval letter. Later on they're saying they're not going to do it, or they're going to ask for money and those kind of things. So be very, very careful. Do a background check of the employer and find out if he's reliable. You can also talk to the employees who are there in that particular organization, who would have got the PR and those kind of things. Okay, so first step is that. So what you need to do is ask him or her or whoever the employer is, will you support me for job approval letter? So what generally happens is, after you join, you're with that employer, they will actually accumulate maybe around 6 months of your pay stub, or 6 pay stubs. Generally it's 6 months of pay stub. In my case it was 6 months. So by around September or October is when I completed my 6 months with the company. So what they will do is, they accumulate all these pay stubs. They'll have their job offer letter and all those kind of things, and they will actually create a file for you, wherein they will apply to SINP, that is Saskatchewan Immigration Office, saying that okay, these are the documents, these are the kind of services this person is doing, these are job responsibilities, these are their pay stubs, and will give a complete record of your employment with them. Okay, and one more thing you need to make sure is that this particular employer should be approved by the Saskatchewan government to issue such job approval letter. So it's not that blindly you go to any employer and they can help you out. That's not how it works. So I'm specifically talking about my case. It might be different in others. This is just like my experience. Okay, so after by around September or October, they applied. That's around 6-7 months. They applied for my job approval letter with the Saskatchewan government. Okay, now this is a very, very long process. Ideally it shouldn't take so long. There are 2 types of job approval letter. One is with name and without name. So if your employer is a person, if they have the I don't know what the right word is. If they can, they will apply the job approval letter with your name in it. Like, this person is the one whom I'm employing. Some employers just approve a letter, like a common letter, and when an employee is there, they will just attach it to that particular employee. Okay, so one is an open kind of a thing, one is with the name. So it depends what your employer is going to apply. So once they apply it, it is easily going to take around if it is not going to be if it is without the name, it's going to take longer, and if it is with name, it might be a shorter term. You can refer to the SINP portal to know the exact timelines. I'm not telling any timelines because I really don't know. I had checked and it was around 29 weeks for I don't know. You should check it. Okay, if possible, I'll put it somewhere here, or else you can go to the website and check it. So that is the wait period. So first of all, you are actually waiting for around 5-6 months for them to apply. Then after that, you need to again wait for in my case, my SINP letter came in the month of July, I guess. So there was a lot of delay in my case, mainly because there were so many frauds that were happening in Saskatchewan, that the Saskatchewan government were doing a lot of checks, in the sense they were visiting offices, they were checking if the company is reliable, if this employee is working. Because I'm telling you, I feel very, very bad telling this. It is mostly a certain community of people that are doing this, especially I would say from India, that people are actually selling SINP job approval letters, and this actually spoils the reputation of other employers who are doing it in a diligent way, who's taking the right path and doing it properly. But the issue is, all these people who are not doing it properly, in the sense, who are doing fraud, or who's asking for money, or who's promising, who's not doing, and even the employees, they mess it up so much that the actual ones who's doing a good job gets into trouble. So what happened is, if you're in a hard to fill category like drivers, or supervisors, or front end staff, and those kind of things, your process is a little more faster. In my case, my role was logistics coordinator. Okay, so it's not hard to fill. Like if you're a dispatcher, you're in a hard to fill category, but if you're a logistics coordinator, you're not. So obviously it took longer in that case. Okay, so they applied, I think, by October or something for without name, then they tried with name and all those things. So finally I got my job approval letter in the month of July. Okay, which is a big thing. I can't tell you guys how happy I am. So when I had put up a video about my SIMP nomination not going through, this was happening simultaneously, so that's why I told I was not so upset about it, because this was happening side by side. So I got my job approval letter, yay. And then that happened in July. So the next process is, once you get your job approval letter, what you need to do is, you will upload that letter along with your other documents is in your SINP portal. So what you need to do is, you need to create an SINP profile, you need to fill out all the applications relevant to the student stream. Okay, that's what I did. That's what most of the students who are here will do. So most of them, like I've heard, like 95% of them hire an agent or a lawyer to do this, mainly because the SINP portal is very confusing in the sense, it's not user friendly. So some forms are within one form and things like that, right? So when you're uploading, you're kind of clueless. So I had to do it 4 or 5 times, I think, delete the whole application again, redo it 5 times, because I couldn't find some things and I uploaded the wrong documents. And so I didn't hire an agent. It's not because I knew how to do the process by myself, it is just because I didn't have the money to hire an agent. So an agent easily charges you around $1,000 to $2,500 for one person. So, and if you're a couple, it's around $3,000. I really don't have that kind of money, and it's not because I thought I knew how to do it, but it's in Malayalam we say gadiged. Gadiged means I had no other option, other than to do it myself. So I actually did the application by myself. I was so damn scared and so damn tense because I don't know what I was applying. I was referring to a couple of my friends who were doing it simultaneously. They had hired an agent. So I was asking them for do you have a checklist? Do you know what you uploaded? Do you know what to do? Then SINP office is very, very helpful. So I had called them several times. I asked them, do you know what I should upload here? Where should I upload? And those kind of things. So I have never hired an agent for any of my applications, mainly because IRCC applications are relatively simple. So I never applied. But when it came to SINP, I actually at one point thought that it would have been better if I had hired a agent, because it was kind of complicated. So if you're not very confident with applications, hire a agent for SINP. So I uploaded everything. So you have a lot of documents. So guys, if you're coming to Canada, be prepared to do applications after applications after applications and documentation after documentation after documentation, because that is the only thing you'll do for the first 2-3 years in Canada. Okay, so life in Canada, this is a highlight: applications. So the amount of applications and forms and uploads that I had to do is unbelievable. It took me so long to finish. Usually I don't take much time because I'll be able, I would have arranged the docket already, and it's easy to apply. But this took me so long to apply. So I got it around July, and it took me around 1 week to finish the application. So after the application, what happens is SINP will go through your entire documentation and they will approve or reject. Okay. So this job approval letter is a very, very strong document which you upload to your file. That means this employer is supporting you in your SINP process. You've been working with the employer and they're saying that you might be the right person to be in Saskatchewan, and that Saskatchewan government should nominate. So you can imagine how strong the recommendation is. So like most of the time rejections won't come until and unless there's a fraud, or there's some kind of documentation which is not right, and those kind of things. So you upload everything, and this process is like super fast. The application process is very slow, I mean the upload and those kind of things, but the approval part is super fast, in the sense they'll hardly take a week to approve your application. So as soon as you apply, maybe like within 7 working days, you will get a response from SINP saying that whether it's approved or not. So I got that approved. So I got my SINP nomination approved. Guys, I can't tell you, like every time I get an approval, I'll be like in tears, okay? Because I don't know how many of you are my regular subscribers, or how many of you know my journey. I've been through shit, and then I came here in Canada at 37, where I was in my like the lowest point, thinking I'll get PR and those kind of things. That I've left everything back home and then come here with this dream of getting PR. I still haven't got it, by the way, but still in the process. So every time one step happens, I'm like so thankful and grateful that it's happened. So thank you guys also, who kept motivating me every other step. Like there's so many people who told don't lose hope, things will happen, especially when I put the SINP rejection for the occupation and demand stream. There were so many people who messaged and told me and supported me more than my family or friends, the actual friends. So it's because you guys might be also going through the same kind of situation, and I was really happy to see your messages and to see that you were concerned, and that you were telling me don't lose hope, keep up your spirit and those kind of things. So I got my SINP nomination letter, which is a very important step in my PR process. So that is actually a nomination from the Saskatchewan government saying, see, this person is working in Saskatchewan, has studied in Saskatchewan, is contributing to the Saskatchewan whatever, and this is this person's spouse, and we are nominating this person from the province. So whoever gets a SINP nomination, this is a letter they'll get. It's not a big deal for many, but it's a very, very big deal for me, and I cried. Okay, I'm not ashamed of saying that. I cried so much because I was so happy. It was literally like I got my PR, right? I was that happy. Okay, so after you get your SINP nomination letter, then comes the next part, wherein you have to put this SINP nomination letter along with all these documents you put for SINP into the federal portal. Okay, so after, like I told you, first step is job approval letter, then your SINP portal that you have to do. Then once you get an approval from there, you put it into a federal portal. So federal portal is nothing but the PR portal of IRCC, wherein you put the entire, there's so many bees. Okay, like last week I got stung by a bee, so I'm looking around and seeing, and it's so painful, and it's still itching, and it's like swollen and all those kind of things. But I think there's no infection of anything of that sort. But I was cleaning the house and one bee came and stung my leg. It's as good as that last weekend. So there's a bee called as yellow jacket. So whoever is coming to Canada, beware of yellow jackets, because it stings like crazy and it's very, very painful. So yeah, so guys, I don't know why I was talking about bees. Bees are very important. So that's that's the reason. Yeah, so after that it gets into your PR portal, wherein you upload the SINP nomination, you upload a job approval letter, job offer letter, verification letter, employment letter, and all these kind of letter from your employer, plus your experience, your educational qualification, every damn thing from the time you're born your husband is born, your parents' details, your details, your travel history for the last 10 years, your education, that, this, PCC, everything. Some people even upload their medical and all. Initially, I didn't really have the energy to do that. My BP would have been like up there, okay, that time. So I didn't even bother. You can always do the medical later once you, if at all you get the AOR, what they call it. Basically, it's when the IRCC opens up your file and they tell you that they've received the file. So that takes a very long time. So I am still at this stage wherein I've put my file for federal, okay, and I'm waiting for a response from them because it takes quite a long time for them to actually start your application. Those who have applied for student visa and PR and all those kind of things know how long it will take. So once you get your AOR, then they might ask for additional documents or to submit the medical or biometric or whatever it is, and then things are faster. So the major delay happens for your job approval letter and your federal profile. So whoever is coming to Saskatchewan or whoever is coming to Canada, if you are under the impression, okay, let me come to Saskatchewan and get the PR within 6 months, that's not going to happen. Okay, like brush it off. That's not going to happen because getting the job approval letter itself will take around 6 months. Then this will also take a long time. So I know a lot of people who've been waiting for a very long time. So I'm hopeful it will come through. I'm hopeful that it might not get rejected. I'm hopeful that I've uploaded all the documents. I'm hopeful of a lot of things because I didn't hire an agent. I still don't know whether I've done the right thing. But then I really couldn't afford it, guys, because the kind of expenses that are here. Then I need to also clear a lot of things back home. I can't afford an agent, so I never hired one. And if you are a person who is not keen on filling applications, don't fill it by yourself because it is very, very tedious, especially the SINP part. So one of my friend, he's also never hired an agent, but for this particular application he hired an agent paying around $3,000 because he told that he couldn't find any content online. And so both of our application happened together. So kind of we were buddying in on each other and trying to figure out how to do it and those kind of things. But for this he did hire an agent, and he's also applied for it. So guys, that is how the student stream work. Okay, there are a lot of other streams. So whoever is in India, please don't get worried and message and ask, okay, how do I get my PR, what NOC code and what should I do there and what should I do here. I'm telling you guys, whatever happens in India is a different ball game altogether. And when you come here, you are like, what? Like, is this what it is? Because for this particular stream, you don't even have like a draw. Okay, it's like direct nomination. You get an SINP job, you get a job approval letter, you get nominated by the Saskatchewan government. You're immediately getting 600 points into your express entry. Actually, this is a non-express entry profile that you'll create for your federal. Okay, that is for your PR portal. It's a non-express entry profile. So when you create that, you don't have any draw. It's like a direct nomination kind of a thing that you're getting. So it is a very, very different scenario here. Like, don't get worked up thinking about what will I do, how will I do, and those kind of things. Because once you come to Saskatchewan, especially in Saskatchewan, there are so many other things like RNIP. It's not RIP, it's RNIP. That is Rural Nominee Immigration Program and those kind of things. It's kind of like RIP because it takes forever. Like, I think it will come only by the time you're dead. So the processes out here are very slow, especially all these documentation, all those things. It takes so much of time to approve it. So that's it, guys. That's how my PR process is going on. Again, it's a long way to go. I don't know when it's going to come through, but I didn't want to wait till the time I get my papers that I tell you guys, because I know a lot of people are interested to know about this story, because I don't think a lot of people are uploading videos about this. I don't know why they're not doing it. There are so many people, vloggers in Saskatchewan, who are. I'm sure there will be content. Maybe it's that I haven't seen it personally, but I'm sure there will be content. So if you find that informative, go ahead with that. Or else you can watch the 30-minute long video that I have put up. Guys, I really don't know how to do short videos and presentation point kind of videos, because that's not my style. This is my style because I like talking. I feel that I'm talking to you guys. And so that's it, guys. I'm not going to extend this video. So if you have questions regarding this video, comment below. I'll be more than happy to help you with it. I tell that for every video, and I comment back or reply back on every comment that I get. So or contact me on Instagram, connect with me, follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube. I see only 20% of my subscribers, people who watch my video are subscribing to my channel. Please guys, it makes a lot of difference if I have a lot of subscribers, don't you understand? So yeah, that's all. I hope this video was helpful. If you like the video, leave a comment. If you have a doubt, leave a comment. If you don't like the video, leave a comment. I'll be more than happy. I'm in a good energy today because I had one samosa, then I had one Lindt chocolate, and today's day was good. So that's why I'm like prepped up. And by the way, I got a new car. I'll show that in another vlog because I don't have it now. They've given me a spare Jeep, so I'm like driving it around today. It feels nice. So guys, that's it. I'm seeing a lot of my subscribers these days, which is very, very nice. I'm seeing people from Armenia, I'm seeing people from India, I'm seeing people from Bangladesh, and from a lot of other places. So guys, bye bye, like, share and subscribe.